morning, everyone. I'm out here at Yorkton Harley Davidson, and they've been nice enough to let me come out here and have a look around and see how things are out here. They're just kind of starting some renovations, so things aren't quite as they usually would be, but we're going to check out some bikes and see what we can do. All right, let's get to it. The first thing I noticed when I pulled up was this Fat Boy. 2007 Fat Boy, actually. And I can't say I really like that badging. I think they had that badging for about 3-4 years. I really don't know why they did that. And it looks pretty close to stock, minus pipes anyway. Twin cam, 96 inch. First year of the 96 inch, I think. I think it's the first year of the 6-speed transmission too on these guys. Gotta excuse the noise, but well, it's not a bad bike, pretty clean for 2007. So I'm here with Damien here, and he is the main man at sales here at Yorkton Harley Davidson, and he's actually the guy who sold me my last bike, actually. So I know he's on the level. So he's going to give us a quick little history lesson on Harley Davidson of Yorkton.
Right on. Well, the Harley Davidson shop was actually originally on the main drag Broadway for, I think they started in 1984 with the Dawson family. Was a very renowned store. Even people down from Texas would come up to get service and buy bikes. Dawson family moved it here in the mid 90s. We can't exactly tell know for sure when, but I think it was between 93 and 95 the store was moved over here, and they sold out about 5 years ago. Fun Motorsports is our parent company now, took it over, and we've been here since. So we're the store with I like calling it a split personality. We've got the Can-Am plus the Harleys here. Mainly Harleys in the showroom right now because it's bike season. Yeah, we're kind of doing some renovations, so bear with us on the inside of it. But yeah, that's the basic history of Harley Davidson of Yorkton.
Okay, now you had said that it is Can-Am and Harley Davidson just right at the moment, but you were talking about before, I believe you mentioned that you guys might be moving to another building at some point.
Our dream is to get to a new store here. We're looking into different locations. Right now nothing is concrete, but it's definitely something we're looking at. I don't think we can continue much longer in a small building like this. It was great for Harley by itself, but now when you add the BRP products in here, we're overflowing with parts, and when inventory does come, inventory is a challenge too. So
I have one general question, I guess. So how have sales been over the last, say, year and a half, just with the pandemic, things like that? Have you noticed any big difference?
It has actually been great for business. It's a weird thing to say. The pandemic's been a horrible thing to live through. But as far as motorcycles and on the other side too, it's been a fantastic opportunity because people aren't traveling like they used to. So they're looking for some enjoyment in a bleak world, and to get out on a Harley or any other toys, they're definitely up for that right now. So it's helping us out. We're getting a lot more email leads than we used to. So it's been great for our little store.
Excellent. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you, what number should they give you?
Our phone number is 306-783-1999, or you can email me at damien.shishkin@ffun.com.
All right, thanks. You guys need anything, you give this man a call. So right now, this is more or less Yorkton's showroom for the next couple weeks. I got up here and actually I was warned before I came that they were doing some renovations and such, but this is more or less what they're doing for the next couple weeks. But I did want to ask you about a few bikes.
Sure.
Now you mentioned you did have a revival at one point.
Yeah, we had the revival, and it's off to its new owner in Saskatchewan here. Beautiful, beautiful units. So Harley Davidson this year and going forward is picking one classic Harley Davidson and bringing it back, but with modern technology. So this was on par with, I believe, a 68 Ultra Classic.
Okay, and I hear those are selling quite well.
They're assigned one for every dealership in Canada, and if you can find one, good luck right now, because I'm pretty sure there isn't one in Western Canada.
Yeah, I have heard that they're going quick, which brings me to the Pan America. What can you tell me about those guys?
So the two models, there's the standard, which is just the base platform on it. That's our cross touring platform, so it is both off-road and on-road. We actually just had some guys we sent down from the dealership to Regina to do the whole, there was a ride and drive versus the competition, and the fellows who actually were organizing it were not Harley Davidson people, and they were amazed how well the Harley Davidson was. It was leaps and bounds over all the competition. So where BMW has its following and does certain things right, Ducati has its following and does certain things right, Harley Davidson did what they did right and did it better, plus its own things. It's got the standard does not have the adaptable ride height as the special does. So when you get on it, it sits at a certain height. And say if your height would probably be, Jeff, you'd be probably touching your toes on the ground, but you turn it on and actually it just levels right foot flat. It is amazing to see it do that. And then as you get going and build up speed, it comes off the ground to give you that ground clearance again. 150 horsepower out of the Revolution 1250 Max. Unbelievable engine in that thing. Our longtime tech took it for its PDI drive and was amazed. Our parts guy Ashton here, who's been with Harley Davidson for 3 years now, he said that he's a long-term Harley rider and that's his next bike. So for long-term, like real Harley guys who are used to the street bobs, who are used to the heritages, Ashton rides a Dyna. For him to come out and say that's my next Harley is absolutely amazing to hear. Ours went out to Whitehorse. We actually get weekly pictures from the guy as it's seeing its sights in the quick summer out in Whitehorse, and he's enjoying it very, very much. So we thank him for the business, and we're so happy to see someone riding that new Harley Davidson like crazy out there.
Excellent. Now, I did notice you guys do not have a Livewire.
No.
And you had mentioned that you weren't an authorized dealer at this time.
We're looking into it. We have to have our technician licensed for that. So there's some courses he has to take and some licensing he has to get. And of course we don't have the setup for it too. So we don't have charging stations. We don't have the systems we need to repair one of those. And seeing as Harley Davidson launched Livewire now as its own brand, there's going to be lots more coming in the future, and hopefully we can jump into that market pretty quick here.
Sounds good. Have you heard anything good, bad, or otherwise about that bike? Or?
You know, actually I rode the Livewire. It is a phenomenal bike. The weird part is there's no sound. It doesn't look, it doesn't feel, it doesn't ride like any Harley Davidson before it, which is part of the thing that they were going for. It's just something completely different. But it's just the lack of sound that is so very different. It is, you hear the hum of the electric motor and that is it. But it is at 1% throttle, you have 100% of your power. And it is absolutely scary once you open it up. It is fun and something definitely, if you have one in your city or your Harley dealership, go take one for a ride. They're a really cool experience.
Excellent. That is great information. And if anybody is looking for a bike in Saskatchewan, I would recommend Yorkton Harley Davidson. I've bought 4 bikes from them over the past probably 20 years, and they've all been fat boys. So look them up. What was the number again if we need to get a hold of you?
306-783-1999.
All right, thanks. We'll talk to you later. Hey guys, so I'm back from my ride out to Yorkton Harley Davidson, and I wanted to end the video by giving a big thank you to Jim and Damien and everybody out there. They were more than accommodating, gave me the time and the opportunity to film around their dealership, look at different bikes. So I got to thank them a lot for that, because most dealerships wouldn't do that. But one of the other things I did while I was out there was myself and the salesman Damien, we went through some of the bikes that they have out there individually, and we did some videos on brief overviews of them. So I'm going to start putting those out in the near future. We looked through things like Road Glide, Heritage, Sportster, Sport Glide, a bunch of different bikes. So I'm going to start putting those out in the near future, so stay tuned for that. And if anybody wants to get a hold of Yorkton Harley Davidson, their contact information is in the description below, so you guys should go out there and show them some love. But anyway, I think it's about Miller time, or in Canada, Molson time. So I'm going to have one. I think you should too. And until then, see you later.